What up, everyone? It's Ryan Wilson. You Gonna Eat That Crust podcast. Are you a fan of spine-chilling tales, creepy creatures, and all things horror? Listen to LK the Horror Nerd. He offers in-depth reviews of movies, books, and games, exclusive interviews, and chilling discussions. That's right, folks. Check out LK the Horror Nerd, another podcast on the You Run Podcast Network. Check it out, y'all.
Welcome to the podcast.
I've abandoned my boy! I've abandoned my boy!
I'm Rainbow fucking Randall.
1993.
What up, everybody? Welcome to the You Gonna Eat That Crust podcast. I'm your host with the most on the ones and twos. You know they call me Harry David. You know they call me Mount Crushmore. It's your boy, Ryan Wilson. And with me tonight, follically challenged himself. Best t-shirts in the game. His hairline's not receding. Your face is receding. Greg motherfucking Howie. Greg, what's good, baby?
What's up? Actually, when I was on the You Run podcast show yesterday, they complimented me on my shirt. I was wearing my Aliens Jurassic Park shirt, which is pretty fire.
Yeah, you got some good shirts, man. That's why when you die, I'm going to be happy knowing that in your will, you're giving them all to me.
I will do that. I already have it.
Hey.
You got all my t-shirts.
That's sick, bro. Sick. At what point are we supposed to grow up and stop wearing, like, video game and movie t-shirts?
Never!
Because I look around me and everyone's in, like, polo shirts or just, like, plain t-shirts, and I'm like, am I doing it wrong? Life, I mean.
Well, like the movie Hook, I don't want to grow up. Ever.
You're
lost
doing
boy.
it, Greggy.
You're growing out of your shirts. But yeah.
Sick. All right, well, we have a very special episode here today, folks. This is our first ever Patreon requested episode. And today our show is on the all-time greatest directors. Gregory and I will be talking about their filmography, our likes, our dislikes, their passions, our passions, your passions. It's going to be a passionate episode.
Hell yeah.
You can tell by my voice.
Yeah. Big ups to Kate for sending us this idea. It's a great idea. We appreciate the support. And yeah, she's very passionate about movies, music, and just a good conversation. So we're pumped.
Hopefully
to do this.
wallabies as well.
Oh yeah. I don't know what that means.
Well, Rocco's Modern Life, he was a wallaby.
Ah, is that
He was
Australian?
also a sex phone operator.
Oh, okay. I don't know
Yeah.
if that's the case.
No, you really got to look that up. It's true.
Okay.
It's kind of fucked up.
Well, SpongeBob was, in Mr. Show. That's kind of fucked up too.
Wallabies got to fuck too.
Wallabies gotta fuck.
Wallabies be fucking.
My directorial debut. Wallabies gotta fuck.
That's beautiful, man. Beautiful.
And then the sequel coming out in 2026, Wallabies Be Fucking Part 2.
Solid start to the episode so far,
Yes.
for sure.
Ah.
For sure. All right. So let's just get cracking, Greg. I ain't got all day. I'm a busy guy. All right, I got things going on in my life. So without further ado, we present to you directors and the films. Greg, why don't you start us off, buddy?
Well, let's start off with Mr. John Carpenter, who is 77 years old, born in Carthage, New York on January 16th, 1948. Some of the movies that he has made, I'm talking In the Mouth of Madness, 1994. I love this movie. Starring American Sam Neill.
Greg, you really got to face the fact that Sam Neill is not American. He doesn't even look American.
He's just that good. I literally thought he was American. Same with my boy.
Stop
The best
whitewashing
actor.
the world, Greg.
So also They Live, 1988. Big Trouble in Little China, 86. One of the greatest movies of all time, The Thing, 82. And of course, you know, he did Halloween in 78. Escape from New York, 1981. Christine, 1983. And The Prince of Darkness, not to be confused with Michael Jackson, 87. Hee-hoo! Woo!
Come on, girl. I mean, yeah.
It's love.
Who can not like the Carpenter? He's the carpet man, all right? He makes some of the best films there is, some of the best horror films. Obviously, The Thing is in my, top 5 favorite horror movies of all time. Greatest body horror still. I don't think it's been topped.
I mean, he's a carpenter. He's literally the Jesus of directing.
True. Lived longer, too.
Hey.
Some say he's got a better body of work.
Come on now. You nailed it. You nailed that one. 3 nails.
Yeah, I mean, obviously Halloween, iconic.
Yep.
Snake Plissken, eye patch.
Yes.
I wanted an eye patch my whole life after watching that movie, and every day, I still like, oh, this could be the day I lose my eye, and I finally become Ryan Plissken.
I want that for you.
Thanks, man. Any, what are your thoughts on Johnny Carps?
I like him. Again, The Thing is one of my favorite horror movies of all time. I'm not a huge Halloween guy, but I respect it for what it is. Remember that time I tried to get Michael Myers on the slasher list and you guys rejected me? I tried.
All right. I mean, I know he scored fucking Halloween too, and that's one of the most iconic fucking soundtracks for a horror movie ever. That one little fucking piano line.
Oh, he did that himself?
Yeah, man.
That's pretty dope. I did not know that.
Yeah, Johnny Carps all day.
Oh, man.
On the synths.
He's the Jesus of synths.
I agree. All right, so yeah, a lot of love for Johnny Carps. Moving on. What do we have next, Greg?
How about Mr. David Fincher, who is 62. He was born in the best month, August 28th, 62 in Denver, Colorado. He's got such films as Fight Club, Seven, Alien 3, great movie, The Dog Alien, we all love it, Gone Girl, Girl with the Dragon Tattoo, and Ryan's favorite movie and favorite actor, Social Network with Jesse Eisenberg.
I don't mind Jesse Eisenberg. He's Michael Cera Light.
He is Michael Cera Light.
Definitely a little bit of a misstep with Lex Luthor there, but we're all allowed one.
Yeah.
When I was researching this episode, for some reason I thought I was looking shit up, and I thought when I looked at David Fincher, I thought it said David Lynch, and I'm like, I didn't know David Lynch made any of these fucking movies. So, poo on me.
This guy's been killing it. He's the best ever. I mean, so obviously with Fight Club and Seven, fantastic movies, but the best movie he's done is easily Alien 3, 1992.
Oh, man, when that alien got dipped in gold? Fuck.
Awesome.
Yeah, I wanted to dip everything in gold after that. Michael Myers in gold. Brad Pitt in gold.
Ooh.
Kevin Spacey in gold.
One would say Brad Pitt has already been dipped in gold.
Oh, shit, yeah. And whenever I take my shirt off, everyone's like, people like walk up to like, Mr. Pitt? I'm like, no, it's me, Ryan.
I get this all the time.
I get those Fight Club dirty abs without my shirt on, which, you wouldn't think looking at me because I'm a bulbous man.
Plus, it had Charles S. Dutton in it. The Rock. The original Rock. ROC. And then, of course, Charles Dance fucking Tywin Lannister himself. I actually think this movie gets a bad rap. I really liked Alien 3. It was definitely kind of a letdown after one of the greatest movies of all time, Aliens. However, I still enjoyed it, but I do remember seeing it in the theater with my dad and being disappointed a little bit because we were expecting them to like go to Earth and like, what the fuck? All the characters are dead. Newt's dead.
Not Newt.
No, fucking Hicks. Come on, man.
Yeah, Hicks can't die. Vasquez.
Yeah.
Huh.
I mean, she comes back to reprise her role in Terminator Judgment Day. No, honey. Wolfie.
Wolfie's dead.
Wolfie's fine. He's not dead. No, honey. Wolfie's dead.
Your foster parents are dead. 7, arguably one of the greatest serial killer dramatic movies of all time. I don't.
What's in the Tupperware container?
What's in the bag, man? You know, now that Kevin Spacey's get canceled, I'm kind of thinking 7 would have been great no matter who the killer was, because Kevin Spacey, not that monumental to the film.
I don't know. He was pretty creepy in it. I thought he did a great job. He did a great job playing himself.
We have so many creepy people still. We have Rami Malek. He's creepy looking. We got Pete Davidson, also creepy looking.
Aren't they the same people?
Yeah, well, they could stunt double for each other for sure.
They have the same like top half of their face.
It's true. God, that'd be a great game.
Rami Malek.
Pete Davidson or Rami Malek.
Or Beetlejuice.
Oh, fuck. Now, I'm not supposed to like Fight Club, right? It's cool not to like it now, is what I'm saying.
We played Where's My Mind last night in reference Fight Club. Every time we play Where's My Mind, we're like, hey, you guys ever see that movie Fight Club?
And a bunch of dude bros like, oh, I've seen that, bro.
Bro!
I haven't been fucked like that since grade school.
Hey, now. You're an all-star.
Yeah, I mean, with the exception of that one miss, Alien 3, great filmography. I can't say enough good things. I want to make love to him, Greg.
Really now?
Slowly.
Okay.
Yeah. Why I'm thinking about that, though, hit me with our next director, Greg.
All right, this dude is a G, kind of innovator in the genre. We're talking about Mr. George A. Romero, born February 4th, 1940 in Bronx, New York, and he died July 16th, 2017 in Toronto, Canada at the age of 77. And you know he brought you films such as Night of the Living Dead, Dawn of the Dead, Day of the Dead.
I'm noticing a pattern here.
Month of the Dead, Year of the Dead, Creep Show, The Crazies, Creep Show 2, Martin, My Ann. Like, did you know he directed Martin?
Damn, I didn't know that. Even Shanae?
Shanae. You know, breaking walls down here. And my favorite, Land of the Dead, where there's a very intelligent gas dude who's not a gas dude, he's a gas station attendant who cracks the code of zombies. He's the smartest zombie ever.
Yeah, well, he's like the character in Good Will Hunting, but in a gas station.
It's
not your fault. It's not your fault.
No, you're not. No, you're not. And the zombie's like, what?
Obviously, we got to give love to George Romero, okay? I guess just fun, you know? To me, his movies are just kind of fun. Very schlocky B movies.
For the times, though, you know, obviously.
Yeah.
I feel like all his movies have kind of been remade better in a way. Like, not all his movies, but I personally enjoy the version of The Crazies with my boy Timothy Olyphant. And then the Dawn of the Dead remake. I mean, saying that, I do like all the old ones. The old ones are great as well, too. Night of the Living Dead's a classic. But, you know, I do like a lot of the remakes. But without him, you know.
I remember seeing the black and white Night of the Living Dead as a young buck. They're coming for you, Martha. They're coming for you. But as far as zombie movies, the remake, as we all know, which was done by Tom Savini, was the one that resonated with me more as a youth, as well as the Dawn of the Dead remake that came out like when you're in high school and shit. but I got a lot of love for George Romero, and we need those schlocky B movies, zombie movies, to ground us as a society,
All right, moving on. This person, Stanley Kubrick, born 7/26/28 in New York, New York, died on March 7th, 1999 in chilled Wickerbury, United Kingdom. I don't know how you said that. And he died of a heart attack. He's got things under his belt such as The Shining, 2001: A Space Odyssey, A Clockwork Orange, Full Metal Jacket, Doctor Strangelove, Spartacus, Killing, Passive Glory, Lolita, and the one he died making was Eyes Wide Shut, because he died in 1999. He never really got to finish it. There's a whole controversy of him in that movie because a lot of people say that like kind of went against his best interest and changed some of the movie.
Okay. They Tom Cruised right by his ideas.
Hey now.
No, I'm just Nicole kidding, man.
I think he stop it. I think I don't think he wanted to use those big actors. I think he was kind of like not forced, but pressured into using like Kidman and Tom Cruise.
Yeah.
Other than maybe Jack Nicholson, I want to say he liked to use a lot of unknowns.
Sure. I mean, I got a love-hate relationship with this guy. I mean, The Shining obviously is iconic. Stephen King hates it.
Really?
Yeah, I can't stand that version of that movie. Him and Kubrick, they beefed over it.
He prefers the made-for-TV version.
Probably, bro. That guy from Wings, iconic actor.
Oh, man, he really flew for that one.
Hey, see what you're doing there. You can't keep up with me though. Clockwork Orange. I don't know. I tried to watch that movie a bunch of times in high school. It's a tough watch, obviously, but it's obviously iconic, and it inspired my love for drinking Milk Plus.
What about Full Metal Jacket? That's a classic.
One of my favorite movies of all time. That brought us our boy fucking DeFranio, fucking Vincent, what's up, baby? Private Pile, and whoever that old fuck military guy is, who's the same role in every movie he's ever been in, is the shit.
Fuck, I should know. I think it's like Ernie something. Arlie Ermy. Yeah, he is awesome. He plays a fucking always plays an intense character. I loved him in Saving Silverman.
Yeah.
Like, what are you doing over there, coach? He's like, I'm taking her shit. You got any toilet paper?
Probably, Full Metal Jacket is probably my favorite Kubrick movie.
I mean, Doctor Strangelove is great.
I've never seen it.
That's like my dad's favorite movie, and I hear so many people rave about it. Like, I've seen it, I liked it, but I hear so many people say that's like their favorite movie. People love Doctor Strangelove.
Idea loved Doctor Strangelove. It's in one of his songs.
Nice.
So thanks for the movies, Kubrick. I remember that time I ran into you in 1934, and I just knew one day you were going to go on to do good things, So thank you for the films.
I knew one day you were going to do Eyes Wide Shut. I just knew it.
Yeah, that's one of those movies where, like, it starts getting all sexy, and then it just gets weird, so you're going to stop masturbating, and then wait for it to get sexy again. You know what I'm saying.
I masturbated the whole time.
Oh, shit.
But my eyes were wide open.
Hey, all right. What's next, Greg?
All right. This is your boy. 46. Born May 20th, 1978 in Salem, Massachusetts.
What?
I'm talking about your boy, Mike Flanagan.
Thank you for everything you do, Mike Flanagan.
And what has he done? The Haunting of Hill House, Midnight Mass, which I've been getting into and really enjoying. The Fall of the House of Usher, which I know you really loved. I know the Girl and the Gay podcast just covered that, and I was going to listen to it, but I didn't want to have it ruined for me because you spoke so highly of it. A film that people kind of slept on, Dr. Sleep. Before I Wake.
Haven't seen that one yet.
And one that I actually really liked, and I didn't know this was him. It kind of scared me. I thought it was fucking super creepy. It's got my girl from Guardians of the Galaxy who plays Nebula. I think it's Karen Gillian.
Yeah.
Oculus, not to
That movie
be
was fucked.
confused with the VR machine. It's a mirror. It's a mirror.
Yeah, I mean, I love everything about Mike Flanagan. I think he's had some of the best horror or horror adjacent TV shows that have come out in years and decades. Obviously, he's got a lot of love for Stephen King. I know he's getting ready to make the Carrie TV show or movie. I'm not sure which one it is, but I know he's going to I think he's going to do something different with it. You know, he's going to elevate it and not just give us a retread of the same story we've already seen in Carrie 1. Carrie 1 again, and Carrie 2. Because those movies, the remakes that were already done, not good.
If they do Carrie 3, it's going to be pretty heavy.
Because carrying 3 things is
Thank you.
Yeah, it's more hands than we have. Great. Remember, this is a Patreon episode, Greg. We could aim for a little higher level of joke.
That's all I got.
And obviously, anyone who knows me knows I'm a Dark Tower fanatic. And this is Mike Flanagan's passion project, which he's currently developing. And I can't wait to see what the fuck happens with it. Fall of the House of Usher had some of the greatest kills I've seen on a Netflix show yet. And the House of the Haunted Hill and the House of Bly Manor were both really good, really fucking creepy. You know, it had a lot of horror elements in it, but it was also just a good drama, a good family drama. Kind of like, almost like Hereditary in a way. Because it's about the haunted house, but it's really more about the dynamic of the family and how fucked they are.
Yeah, Midnight Mass is a slow burn. It was very slow to start, but where I am at on it right now, shit's getting fucking crazy. That's Michelle's favorite show. She fucking loves that shit. She's a huge Mike Flanagan fan as well.
Yeah, that show is fantastic. And that's the Salem's Lot that we deserved, not whatever that fucking remake was that was on HBO.
Oh my god.
Hour and fucking 20 minutes or whatever the fuck it was. I was like, really? All right, I guess.
Terrible. The guy from Presumed Innocent there with Jake Gyllenhaal, the older guy in that show, he was the only good part in that movie. He was the coach, the older coach guy, whatever, the teacher.
Yeah. The kids all sucked in that movie.
Oh my god, fucking Ryan from fucking Homelander's son, get out of here. I hate you and the boys, and I hate you in that.
Let's just retitle Midnight Mass Salem's Lot, because that's what it is, basically.
Let's retitle it Midnight Mass greater than sign Salem's Lot.
Ooh, I like that. All right. So thanks for the work, Cy Flanagan. Can't wait to see what you do next. Greg, hit me, baby, one more time.
All right. This guy is a legend. I mean, these people are all legends. Some are legends in the making. Some are legends in their own mind. And some are just legends. This guy, David Lynch, recently died at 79. He was born January 20th, 1946 in Missoula, Montana, I'm assuming. MT is Montana?
I hope so.
Sure. Okay. He died January 15th, 2025. That was a couple weeks ago. So R.I.P. David Lynch. He's most known for Twin Peaks. That's his main thing from 1990 and beyond. Mulholland Drive, Eraserhead. He did the original Dune. He teamed up with another legendary director for The Fabelmans in 22. Directed Nausea, the story of what we do in the shadows, Vampire, 94. And The Other Me.
Did he make that Crash movie?
The one with the racist one where that chick's
No.
her husband.
No, I guess he didn't. Doesn't matter. I wish I could speak more on David Lynch. I just never got into his shit. I've seen the original Dune. It's kind of terrible, but in the best way. Dishwasher Dan from Oddfellows. He's obsessed with that movie. He loves David Lynch. I think he has a really interesting life. He loves cigarettes. I've heard stories where he was on movie sets and he refused to not smoke on the movie set, so they made him carry a fire extinguisher around with him everywhere he went. And I do respect his vision. He has a vision of what he wants done and how he wants it to look. And he's going to make some obscure out there shit. And I want to watch Twin Peaks. Maybe someday I will watch Twin Peaks because I have played that detective adjacent horror game. What the fuck's that game called? Deadly. Yeah, I have played Deadly Premonition. That game that's kind of like Twin Peaks inspired. It's really fucking weird, kind of cool, very schlocky. I suggest you guys try it sometime if you're in the mood for something a little bit different. And if you're in the mood for something a little bit different, put on some David Lynch shit and get weird with it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, Twin Peaks is all over the place and it's very weird, and it's referenced in so many shows and movies. I know The Simpsons are always doing Twin Peaks stuff.
Yeah.
And that makes me laugh, so it's got to be good. I've heard Eraserhead was great. I've read or I listened to a podcast on this dude, and they were talking about Eraserhead, and it was sounded pretty wild.
Life is wild, Greg.
Yeah. And that was where Kramer got his inspiration from, with the hair.
Yeah, absolutely. Look at that hair. Just neither one of us are David Lynch experts. I want to say rest in peace, D. Lynch. But let's move on.
Yeah, rest in peace. All right. This guy, he was born July 7th, 1983, in a little town called Lee, New Hampshire. That's fucking 10 minutes down the street. Me and this guy were homies. We were buddies. We used to always play together when we were younger, and then we just grew apart.
Yeah, I remember we used to get pickles in a barrel at Calif's Cheese Place.
That's
Oh, Robbie
That's
loves.
in Barrington.
It's fucking close enough to Lee, bro.
It is. We're talking about Mr. Robert Eggers. And, he's got movies like The Vitch, The Lighthouse, The Northman, and a recent release, Nosferatu, which I actually just started the other night and is pretty killer so far. But The Witch, The Lighthouse, and The Northman, they're fucking awesome. I love those movies. They're all great.
I started The Northman twice, and I fell asleep at exactly the same part both times. I want to watch it. I also want to watch The Lighthouse, but I feel like it's one of those movies I kind of need to watch by myself. I don't know if my wife wants to watch Robert Pattinson jerk off a bunch of times.
You need to watch it with another man your age. You guys need to hold each other and maybe take a break during the movie, do a little dance, have a shot.
Absolutely. I know you're referencing things in this movie I have yet to see, Greg.
It's good. It's well acted. It's a really Seamus said he didn't want to see it because he doesn't like black and white movies.
Picky little fella.
Yeah.
He also never made it past the dishwashing part in Detroit Become Human. But that's an aside point. So, with that being said, while I'm not familiar with 90% of his body work, The Witch is one of my favorite horror movies of all time. It's so well done. Brought us Anya Taylor-Joy. I think all the acting in that movie is right on point. And made me want to have a kid named Philip.
Made me want to have a goat named Black Phillip.
Yeah, absolutely. You know what? Actually, just at a side point, Gordon or Jordan, we call you Gordon. You don't get to pick your name. You're a goat farmer. All right? You're supposed to work yesterday, but you stopped working after 2 days. You quit. You're a goat farmer. I hate all goat farmers now. Fuck yourself. You were going to cover for me yesterday so I could be on that episode. And now I'm not.
That's the dude who quit?
Yeah, bro. He worked 1 day. And then he actually had the balls to call Greg a week later and ask where his check was. Fuck that kid.
You're not getting paid.
I hope your goats explode, bro.
Whoa. Don't take it out on the goats, man. Maybe he's being possessed by a goat. Maybe this goat has influence over him and told him, don't go in and wash dishes. Stay here.
He told me he woke up at 4 a.m. to milk goats. 90 goats. Why do you have so many goats?
That's a lot of fucking goats.
They have 180 goats, but they only milk 90, and then they give the milk to the other goats. They don't even make goat cheese. Why aren't you making goat cheese? You're sitting on a goat cheese gold mine.
He's the goat of milking goats.
He's not. He sucks.
Do you know what the goat means? It's the greatest of all time.
Yeah, but that's what people say about Kendrick Lamar and Drake, and I hate both of them too. Fuck them.
You hate Kendrick Lamar as well?
Yeah, that Not Like Us song, bro, made me hate him forever. The song sucks. Yeah, because everyone got so hard over it. Like, this is the greatest battle rap of all time. It sounds like it was recorded on an iPhone. The beat's weak. The lyrics are weak. Drake sucks. Fuck that shit. That's not hip-hop. Go to bed, kids.
Everybody knows the best battle of all time is Mac Lethal versus Tom McDonald.
It's right up there, man. Fuck. I love The Witch, though. So, Robbie Eggs, Lee, New Hampshire represent. I used to go to that shitty movie theater in Lee, you know?
Oh, dude, they revamped the shit out of that. That's Barnes Barrington. That movie theater's awesome now.
Is it?
Yeah.
It was such a cesspool in high school. It was like the dirtiest fucking place.
Yeah, no, they redid the whole thing. I saw Deadpool Wolverine there and Alien Romulus.
Well, it is right near your fucking house, yeah. So I mean that makes sense. Do you think it's in part due to Robert Eggers?
Yes. I think he donated all his money from She's a Witch!
Yeah, so great. Thanks for The Witch. I can't wait to see Nosferatu. Looks weird.
It is weird. All his movies are weird. Like, all his movies are kind of slow burns a little bit. Like, that's how The Witch was. But, like, every scene's very important, and it just leads up to an amazing climax. Like, oh.
Do you know how many of my kids missed out on Peekaboo because of The Witch? I ain't playing Peekaboo with my kids ever again.
I got you.
Yeah. All right, go. What? Hit me. What?
Right,
go.
This is one of Justin's favorite directors. Not Mr. Tim Burton. Actually, I think Dewey Pod is anti Tim Burton as well too. I think they respect some of his movies, but they're not huge fans. But born August 25th, 1958. Tim Burton's got a lot of great movies like Edward Scissorhands, Sweeney Todd, Beetlejuice. We got the regular Beetlejuice. You know, I did like 9. That was a cool movie. Do you remember that one?
Yeah.
9!
That animated weird fucking movie.
Yes, and who was starring in that movie? Mr. John C. Reilly. Ooh, James and the Giant Peach. I remember taking acid and watching this movie, and it was probably one of the coolest acid experiences I've ever had. It was like a real, like, it's a movie, but it was almost like going back and forth between like movie and like animation or claymation. It was so fucking wild. It was insane.
Greg, can I tell you something?
Yeah.
I also took hallucinogenics and watched James and the Giant Peach
Hell
under
yeah.
your recommendation.
Yes.
So thanks for that.
That worm like looks at the screen. He's like, they're all crazy. They're all crazy. I was like, holy shit, am I? Am I really crazy?
Oh, man. Look,
Nightmare Before Christmas, you know? Come on.
Yeah, I don't like Nightmare Before Christmas.
Halloween. What?
I think I like some Tim Burton stuff. I don't like Tim Burton fans,
No.
I feel like those are all like the Bullet for My Valentine kids, the My Chemical Romance kids.
Hey, now.
I don't need those kids in my life, okay? I don't want their sad, brooding faces. I don't want their oversized sweatshirts. I don't want any of it. I'm a grumpy old man now. I don't like a lot of stuff. Edward Scissorhands is weird.
Yeah, all his movies are weird. Beetlejuice
did he make the first?
Is fucking
did you
legendary.
even say Batman?
I didn't. You didn't let me. You cut me off.
Oh, yeah.
I was going to say Batman Forever. But yes, he did I think he did the first few Batmans with Danny DeVito.
I think he did 1 and 2.
Yeah, well, that's why I said the first few Batmans.
Well, few would be 3. He didn't make Batman fucking 3.
3 would be 3. Few
once
could
Val
be 2.
Kilmer was on board, he's like, nah, Batman's great. Okay, fucking Michael Keaton's a shit. I watched Batman Returns not too long ago. Danny DeVito's so gross in that movie.
Yeah,
Penguin
awesome.
Looks so disgusting, just eating like the raw fish or the whole thing. Colin Farrell didn't take a lot of inspiration from that role, I'm finding. What's the matter, Colin Farrell? Danny DeVito's you're too good for Danny DeVito, Colin Farrell?
Danny DeVito was a good actor, good director too. I'm trying to think of the movies he directed. He directed a few good ones as well.
Death for Smoochie.
Yes, Death for Smoochie. That's right. Yeah, because I knew I heard that in the Robin Williams episode. Yeah, I like Death for Smoochie. I thought that movie was cool.
I do too, man.
Yeah.
I'm Rainbow fucking Randall. So Tim Burton, what do you think, Greg? I mean, I just shit all over the people who like him, but I don't not like you guys, all right? I don't like your aesthetic. Greg, go ahead.
I like Tim Burton. I think Tim Burton makes great. I mean, for Beetlejuice alone, like you got to pass. I think Edward Scissorhands is, yes, it's a weird movie, but it's a great movie. And of course, I love the first few Batmans. And
Two.
he was a
First two
producer on
Batmans.
Batman Forever, at least. He's got producing credits. But I'm not a big musical fan. I even like Sweeney Todd. That movie was fucked up.
Yeah, it was. It did have some really good fucking throat cut scenes. I'll say that much.
And I am a fan of his anime. I like, or is it like whatever it's called, Claymation. I like Nightmare Before Christmas. I think that movie's great. Corpse Bride. I'm into it. I'm into that stuff.
All right, that's weird. I'm not gonna kink shame you though. All right, what's next, Greg?
I don't know if this guy's canceled. He might be. Talking Zack Snyder. March 1st, 1966, this dude was born. He's responsible for the remake of the Dawn of the Dead. 300, great movie.
Gerard Butler.
The first Wonder Woman was excellent. I love that. And I actually really like The Army of the Dead with Batista. And he did... Oh, wait, no, he didn't do the Suicide Squad, did he?
Nah, that was Taika Waititi.
Yeah. He did Watchmen, and Watchmen's fucking awesome. That's one of the best superhero movies in my opinion.
There's a lot of people who don't like the Watchmen movie. I don't understand it. I mean, I think it's like even Alan Moore, the guy who wrote the Watchmen graphic novel, hates that movie. But it's almost shot for shot kind of the comic book. So I don't know what's to really hate, you know?
Yeah.
I fucking love that movie too, and I like the Dawn of the Dead remakes. The shit, I fucking love that movie. Chainsaw Bus.
Yeah. Even Sucker Punch. Sucker Punch was kind of weird, but I still enjoyed it. But ooh, he also directed a My Chemical Romance video in 2009. Who are 30 Seconds to Mars adjacent?
Great. I've seen all this assholes movies. I didn't watch Buffy the Vampire Slayer, the show, or whatever the fuck it's called. But, I don't know. I've watched all the fucking DC shit that he did, every fucking one of them. I don't hate him, but there's obviously a lot of, a lot of jank in there. And, even though he's a piece of shit, people are like, oh, give me the Snyder Cut. I have to have the Snyder Cut.
I need the Snyder Cut.
The Snyder Cut's like fucking 3.5, 4 hours long or some shit. All right? We're not talking Lord of the Rings. We're talking Batman and Superman. We don't need 4 hours.
I need the Justice League extended version.
Black and white.
Yes.
Oh, give me the Snyder Cut.
Just don't tell Seamus that.
Yeah, the Army of Dead movie. Was that what it's called? Army of Dead?
Army of the Dead, yeah.
Yeah, that movie is dope. I liked it. I thought it was really well done.
Yeah,
I thought it was funny, and it was fucking brutal and gory. Yep. And, sometimes we just need fun movies. He's a fucking popcorn director. I don't know if he's ever going to do anything else. So, fuck you, Zack Snyder. But thanks for the films. All right, what's next, Greg?
Moving on, we got Paul Thomas Anderson, 54, born June 26, 1970, in Studio City, Los Angeles. One of my favorite movies, There Will Be Blood, with the greatest actor of all time, Daniel.
I'll drink your milkshake. Show the blood, lad.
I've abandoned my boy. I've abandoned my boy.
That movie is fucking fantastic. Obviously, you got Daniel Day-Lewis, who's the Daniel Day-Lewis of acting. Crushes that fucking movie.
And Paul Dano, Sean Rogers' favorite actor and best looking character ever.
No. Yeah, I fucking love that movie. However, I don't know if I love the rest of their filmography.
Boogie Nights, bro.
Boogie Nights is fantastic.
Wall Street, Magnolia.
Fuck, I guess I like more of his movies than I thought.
Yep. I haven't seen Licorice Pizza, but I've heard people say good things about that. And I've never seen Punch Drunk Love, but I've heard good things about that.
That's a great movie. You know what? Yep. Maybe I'm confusing this guy with some other Wes Anderson. Isn't there Wes Anderson?
There is a Wes Anderson. He's the
he's the Royal Tenenbaums.
Yeah, Royal Tenenbaums.
All right, well, let's keep talking about this Wes Anderson.
This is Paul Thomas Anderson.
Yes, okay. All right.
Now, Magnolia is the one where you respect a cock and it rains frogs at the end, right? And that's
that's Tom Cruise is great in that fucking movie.
Yes. I hate saying that.
I know. we also got fucking Uncle Frank from Shameless, who I
Great.
guess
Well, he's one of the greatest actors of all time.
Yeah, okay there, Greg. Okay there.
William H. Macy. Hey.
I love, I guess I do love this Anderson. So thanks for those films.
Anderson.
I'll keep watching them and keep making those intense character studies for us, all right? All right, go ahead, Greg.
Moving on. This guy. Fucking this guy right here. August 2nd, 1939 in Cleveland, Ohio. Died August 30th in 2015 in Los Angeles, California. I'm talking iconic horror director Wes Craven.
How sweet, fresh meat.
Well, I thought he said something else.
He says dark meat.
Yeah.
All right, I don't want to get canceled.
Okay,
All
well,
right.
you just canceled us.
Fuck.
That's Destiny's Child, Kelly something.
Great.
Facts. I got him. He's got your favorite movie, Scream, 1996.
Trash.
Nightmare on Elm Street.
Fantastic.
Last House on the Left.
Brutal.
Very brutal. And the remake was cool as well. One of my favorites, People Under the Stairs. Run, fool! The Hills Have Eyes. I remember I was trying to rap with this group, and I was like, hey, you look like the guy from Hills Have Eyes.
Not a compliment, Greg.
And he didn't know the reference. So he's like, oh, cool. And I was like, it's not cool. This guy got shocked and walked with a limp. I'm talking about Shocker, 1989.
Oh, God, dude. I forgot about that fucking
I love film. That movie. Yeah. Yeah.
Obviously iconic. Thanks for those films. Thanks for Freddy Krueger. You did some good stuff there.
Yeah, New Nightmare was great as well.
Yeah. Give Freddy a cool trench coat. Let's do that. Come on. What's creepier than a trench coat?
You forgot the power glove!
Scream I could probably have done without.
Scream's good.
Nah, it's so regular.
Nah, it's good. You don't like scary movies?
Ghostface is kind of a bitch. I don't know. He's just got a knife.
Bro. The rapper or the killer?
Well, Ghostface Kill is the shit, obviously. Yeah. One of my favorite Wu-Tang members. My 11-year-old asked me about Wu-Tang the other day.
Sick.
He's only 11. I was like, where do I even start? Is this even appropriate?
Raekwon, the chef.
Then he asked me about fucking Outkast. I was like, okay, well, here we go.
All right, so now this is Killer Mike. This is Andre 3000.
Yeah, I mean, what are your thoughts, Greg? I mean, what's your favorite Wes Craven movie? I
mean, obviously Nightmare on Elm Street. I loved them all. I did like when it got more silly. Like I like stand-up comedian Freddy Krueger. Like he's great. But is it the Dream Warrior? What's the one where they were in the hospital and he plays that and he fucking uses that dude as a puppet?
That's the Dream Warriors.
Yeah, that I really like that one. I loved Freddy's Dead for some reason.
Same.
Yeah. No standing on the bus.
I like Dream Child too,
Yep. God damn it, I liked them all.
Except that reboot.
I've never seen that reboot.
Oh, really? They really leaned into Freddy Krueger as a child molester in that one. I was like, trying to lean the other direction. Child Killer was a little less like, made it all right to root for Freddy because, some kids suck.
I haven't begun cutting you yet. I know that quote from it.
That's kind of creepy, Greg.
Thank you.
Yeah, I don't like that.
Okay.
What's next?
All right. We're talking about this dude is 67, born in March 20th, 57 in Atlanta, Georgia, home of Killer Mike and Outkast. We're talking Spike Lee. Do the Right Thing. The Black Klansman, which is excellent. Malcolm X. Denzel Washington, another Denzel Washington vehicle. He Got Game. And I didn't know he directed this, but The 25th Hour, which was awesome. Summer of Sam, I didn't know he directed that as well. That was okay, but it was just cool to to hear about the Summer of Sam. Fucking David Berkowitz. Oh my God. And Tales from the Hood, which I fucking love that movie.
That is a wow. That's a film. That's not a movie.
Is it? Well, that's the one where like the girl like visits that guy and she's like a gargoyle. She's like kind of like a gargoyle, and she tells the guy like, if you ever discuss this gargoyle,
no,
thing,
bro.
which one?
Okay, first off, that's like fucking Creep Show or one of those movies, bro.
Okay.
And it's racist that he would even say that. Spike Lee is an iconic African American director who's making movies to express the heart of the African American man. All right, not the gargoyle. Fucking, you were never supposed to tell anyone. Not that shit.
What's that from?
It's like that was Creep Show or one of those fucking movies.
Okay. Well, I like that.
Look, Spike Lee's great. You know, he's got a great body of work. I'm just going to say thank you for those movies. I'm sorry Greg doesn't know Tales from the Hood. I did rent it at Blockbuster 30 years ago. I don't know if I ever returned it. So, Greg, get out the VCR. We're watching Tales from the Hood tonight.
Excellent. He's also
Please
part
be
of
kind
some
and rewind.
amazing commercials with Michael Jordan for Nike.
Sick.
A wholesome company.
Not a shoe made by a tiny hand anywhere.
Man, you see the stitching on these things? These tiny
Iconic.
hands have been all over this. All right.
All right. Well, now that you've been racist and we've made child labor jokes, what's next?
Yay, Patreon. I'm talking about, I don't know if it's Ty West's or Ty West. I think it's Ty West's.
Doesn't matter.
44. Born October 5th, 1980. Close to
Great
my age.
year.
Yep. In Wilmington, DE. I don't know what the fuck that is. Is that overseas?
Look, Greg, people aren't here for our geographical knowledge. They're here to see what stupid shit we have to say about directors we're sort of familiar with.
Kate was saying that when we do this episode,
Oi.
she wants to hear all the facts about when they were born, when they died, where they were from, every movie they made. I made that up.
That's
I
intense.
made that up. Wow. So, this person, he's from the DE, Maxine, Pearl, in a movie I just saw for the first time a couple weeks ago, X. Because Michelle's like, hey, we should watch Maxine. I was like, well, if we're going to watch Maxine, we should probably watch X and Pearl first. Right?
Yeah.
And I also threw this in there. He's responsible for Cabin Fever 2.
Never saw it. DE, Delaware.
That's what. Damn it. I was going to guess that too. Fuck.
Look, we're in Delaware.
Yep. VHS, which is great. I like VHS.
Oh, the first one?
Yep. And
Nice.
You Are Next, which I actually saw last year for the first time. And I thought that was awesome as well.
I haven't seen any of these movies except VHS. I started X a couple times. It's like, I don't know how I feel about this movie. And I know a lot of people talk about Pearl and Maxine and whatever, the time jumps or whatever the fuck. And
I liked it. I thought X is cool. And you get to see Kid Cudi's dick.
I don't want to see Kid Cudi's dick.
Kid
you know what?
Cudi's
Someone
dick.
said to me, he's like, you look like someone who would like Kid Cudi. And I was like, I don't
think so,
like
buddy.
Kid Cudi. Yeah. I'm
I
a
don't
snob, so fuck you.
No, I liked X. I thought X was cool. I'm looking forward to Pearl and Maxine. And you should definitely watch You're Next. That movie's awesome.
Is it just like fucking The Strangers? Do I need to see another one of those?
No,
movies?
it's like it's almost like what's that movie with the board game family where they hunt the fucking bride?
Jumanji.
No, where they hunt the bride. Like
Oh yeah, that movie's dope.
So it's like that, but it's somebody's like killing people off, and this chick is like experienced and all sorts of. She's got like a crazy background. She fucking takes them all out. It's awesome.
Nice.
It's very cool. I watched it recently and I really liked it. Well, and by recently I mean like a year ago.
I'm feeling that. I know I'll get to those movies someday. I just maybe in October I'll do the whole trilogy.
Hell yeah!
All right. What's next?
Ari Aster, 38, July 15th, 1986, New York, New York. Midsommar, Hereditary, Beau is Afraid, which I have not seen and I need to see.
It's on Amazon Prime now.
Is it? Okay.
Yeah.
Dream Scenario with your boy, Nicolas Cage. And Munchausen. Munchausen.
All right, you know what? It's cool to say you don't like Ari Aster, all right? Everyone's like, oh, Midsummer sucks.
Did I say Ari? Ari!
Ari.
Potter!
I fucking love Midsummer and Hereditary. They're two
Me
of the
too.
best horror movies to come out in the past fucking 10 years. I don't care. I'm tired of pretending that I have to not like something to be accepted, to be cool. You know, you guys can do that, all right? I can be snobby about other shit. Movies, I'm not going to be snobby about. Midsummer, it's scary as shit, and it's the whole thing's done during the daylight. It's beautifully shot. That scene right in the fucking beginning with the whole family connected to the fucking muffler is fucking insane. And Hereditary, it gets under your fucking skin. And Toni Collette's fucking amazing in that movie. And it's a powerful film, I think. It's a dynamic film, and it really fucking affected me.
It really knocked my head off my shoulders.
Hey, shit. You know what, Greg? Let's go eat some peanut cake.
I still remember seeing Midsommar in the theater and remember walking out because that was my first Ari Aster film, and I was like, what the fuck did I just watch? Like, what the fuck? It was so fucked up for me. Like, and I've seen, movies Rain Frogs.
Yeah.
So great director. 38 as well, too. Come on. Like, Jesus
he's young
Christ,
as shit.
dude. Fuck off. I want to be 38.
Dream Scenario had some cool concepts, but I don't think he really pulled it off the way he wanted to. And I just have a feeling that Beau is Afraid is going to be too much for me. Like, just one of those.
I've heard it's
I'm weird
awesome.
for the sake of being weird. I don't,
I've heard it was great.
Okay. I just feel like it's going to be one of those artsy, like, a little too much for me.
You mean like Midsommar or Hereditary?
No, because I don't think I think those movies are
elevated horror.
Yeah, but they're fairly straightforward movies. I mean, they're not. I don't. Do I need to see Joaquin Phoenix or whoever the fuck it is go through like 15 different realities to like come to some kind of conclusion that life is sad? I already know life is sad. All right.
Joaquin Phoenix.
I don't need Joaquin Phoenix.
I'm TNT Dynamite from Wrong Turn. Not to be confused with the Cannibal Wrong Turn. Oh, it's U-Turn. That's why. It's a completely different movie. U-Turn. Very underrated movie. I love that movie.
Utah won. All right, Greg, what's next?
With very nice actor Sean Penn. Okay. This guy is a legend. Probably, if you think of directors, you probably would say he's the most iconic of them all. Any guesses who I'm talking about?
Nope.
Talking director of Hook, 1991. Steven Spielberg.
Shit.
Schindler's List, Jurassic Park, Jaws, E.T., Raiders of the Lost Ark, Saving Private Ryan, Catch Me If You Can. This dude he's 78, born December 18th, 1946. He was born in Neverland, right next to Captain Hook.
Stevie Bergs.
Fun fact, he played Smee in Hook.
I did not know that, Greg.
Yeah, he didn't. That's Bob Haskins.
R.I.P.
Yeah. R.I.P. Mr. Bob Haskins. Sorry, I did not mean to disrespect you like that.
But, it's all right. I mean, what the fuck do we even need to say?
Jaws. Did I say Jaws?
You did.
Okay. I'll let that.
We're going to need a bigger podcast.
Hey.
What can we say? Steven Spielberg, obviously an icon. Indiana Jones, the first three, some of my favorite action movies of all time. Just so fun. I do not appreciate E.T. riding in a basket because I'll know I'm too heavy to ever have that experience, and that's disheartening.
Well, that was when he was younger. You could have handled that weight. That guy, Elliot, is in Midnight Mass.
Oh, is he?
He's the father in Midnight Mass.
No shit.
Of like the main family there.
Elliot.
Jurassic Park, absolutely iconic, amazing, starring American actor Sam Neill. 1993. Jeff Goldblum, man, fuck Jeff Goldblum. Read the book. Jurassic Park, the book is excellent. So fucking good. It's like a rated R version of Jurassic Park, in my opinion. I love it. Saving Private Ryan, one of the best war movies of all time, in my opinion.
Yeah, definitely Newman's best role as well.
Jurassic Park, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, so I don't need to talk about Steven Spielberg. Everyone knows Stevie Bergs, all right?
Oh, did he do? He did Super 8 as well, I think, right?
Yeah, that movie was pretty cool.
Yeah, I really enjoyed Super 8. That was a cool movie.
I won't ride trains anymore. I'm not going to ride trains anymore because of that movie.
This guy also could be considered one of the greatest of all time. He's 82, born in November 17th, 1942, in New York, New York.
Hey, fucking right, guy.
Hey, fuck you, buddy. I'm talking here. Martin Scorsese. Goodfellas.
Marty Scores.
Taxi Driver. Wolf of Wall Street. Raging Bull. Casino. The Departed, when I met Matt Damon and Leonardo DiCaprio. Matt Damon. And one of my favorite movies of all time, with the greatest actor of all time, American actor, Daniel Day-Lewis, Gangs of New York. Fucking movie is awesome.
That's one of my favorite movies of all time. That's one of my favorite Daniel Day-Lewis movies. And I feel like I have to tell people about it. Not that a lot of people didn't see it, but I just feel like, why am I always telling everyone about Gangs of New York? Everyone should have seen this movie because it's fucking the shit, dude. Yeah,
Casino's great too, and I actually really love Wolf of Wall Street. Wolf of Wall Street's fucking awesome.
It's my favorite Henry Zabrowski movie.
Yeah, he's great. You get to see him dance. You can see them tits jiggling.
I love Jonah Hill in that movie too. He's fucking great in that movie.
Great teeth.
And Casino's out. Look, I've always liked Casino more than Goodfellas. I'm sorry. I know a lot of people don't feel that way, but I don't know. It just resonated more with me.
They're both really good. I don't know. I might like Goodfellas a little more, but they're both excellent. But for me, Scorsese's best movie, in my opinion, is Gangs of New York. I love that. It's just such a star-studded cast. Got my boy John C. Reilly in it. And, why am I blanking on this dude's name from 28 Days Later?
I know who you're talking about.
Such disrespect. Dude's such a fucking legend, and he's awesome. And he's awesome in that, too. He's like the dude with the notches on his fucking...
I know who the fuck you're talking about. He was in Mr. Mercedes. He's great. Marty Scores. I know he hates comic book movies. He's not feeling the Marvel movies.
Brendan Gleeson. Yes, he hates... It's like, what the fuck did he say? I know Adam from Workaholics always like makes fun of that line. Because I think he's the same way. I think Adam hates Marvel movies too. They're like, it's not a film. It's not a film.
Well, that's all subjective because everybody's different, and the only people we can shame are the Tim Burton fans. So, what's next, Greg?
This guy's my boy, Taika Waititi.
Aye.
49. August 16th, 75. Jojo Rabbit, What We Do in the Shadows, Thor Ragnarok, The Suicide Squad. I mean, this guy's incredible. Like, he's a huge, like a lot of these young directors, this dude is a huge up and comer. He's already produced some amazing stuff. I think Jojo Rabbit is super underrated. Great.
I fucking love that movie.
What We Do in the Shadows, obviously spawned What We Do in the Shadows, the show. If you've seen the show and you haven't seen the movie, watch the movie. He's in it, starring in it. He's excellent. The dude's awesome. I love Taika.
Yeah. Well, he did the Flight of the Conchords show as well, and that was the first shit of his I ever saw before I knew who Mr. Waititi was.
Yeah, Jermaine Clement as well.
Yeah, dude, I love all his shit, man. I hope he,
continue.
I heard we're gonna get a Star Wars Taika Waititi movie.
Same, yeah.
I also heard that there's some pretty big names connected to it already as well.
I mean, Thor Ragnarok is the best Thor movie, easily.
Yeah, I agree, man. I fucking love the shit out of that movie.
And he's in it, and he's hilarious in it.
Yeah. And the Suicide Squad.
Great. Fucking awesome.
Wait. He didn't do Suicide Squad.
He did.
That was no. That was the other guy who's took over for DC.
He did the Suicide Squad in 21, I believe. And that's the good one. Yeah,
or
the good
shitty one.
No, I'm pretty sure he did the good one. He did the one with John Cena.
Hold on. Did he do the fucking
Oh shit, no, I am wrong.
You are.
Yeah, that's James Gunn.
Yeah, who we should also make sure we talk about soon here. Aside from the Suicide Squad, which wasn't made by Mr. Watiti, great body of work. Greg, what's next?
I'm firing this one off. This one is James Gunn.
What?
Born on probably the best day ever, August 5th, 1966. That's my birthday, but not in 66, in like 96. I mean, Guardians of the Galaxy. Peacemaker, the show, Suicide Squad, which was fucking awesome. That movie was so good. The opening scene was so fucking good. Yeah. I loved it. And Slither.
Great movie. Yeah,
I fucking love Slither.
I love the fact that this guy comes from like the trauma films. You know, I think that's fantastic that he's come so far from like Class of Nukem High to fucking now being in charge of the entire DC universe. I'm excited to see what he does with it. I think he's got a great sense of filmmaking and comedy. The comedy in those movies is great. The Suicide Squad movie was fantastic. The Peacemaker show, I loved it so fucking much. It had the greatest intro to a TV show of all time. I watched it every single time. I had the option to skip intro. Did I? Nah. Keep making movies, James Gunn. Guardians of the Galaxy was the most fun I've had, you know, watching films with my kids to date. And
those are some of my favorite Marvel movies. I love the Guardians of the Galaxy.
I thought it was great that he got fired for his controversial tweets back when he worked for Traumaville Films and shit. And then like everyone's like, nah, fuck that. And he got uncanceled. He did the impossible and uncanceled himself.
He's back.
Hey, that's right. You don't fuck with the big guns, baby.
Speaking of the big guns, why don't we talk about 87-year-old Ridley Scott? Alien.
Go on, entertain you.
Gladiator. Blade Runner. And one of my personal favorites, Legend.
Fuck off.
I love Legend. Legend's the shit.
Good.
I don't know why you guys hate on Legend. Tim Curry is the shit.
Tim Curry is the shit, but it's such a homoerotic movie, and I watched it as I was developing into a man.
Sit, drink, eat. The fucking witch in the bog. Tender morsels. Like, I sound like a New York fucking coffee talk. That was creepy as fuck. I'm feeling
verklempt.
Listen, I hate Tom Cruise, and I'm sticking up for Tom Cruise. I'm sticking up for
Legend. Tom Cruise was how old in that movie? Like
he was a youngin' in that movie.
He was a boy, nothing but a boy.
We're all barbecue. It was a fucking creepy ass little weird elves. Like that movie was a great fantasy movie. It was extremely fucking creepy, extremely cool. I really love Legend. Tell us in the comments how much you love Legend. But obviously Alien is the main one there.
Yeah, good shit. All right, thank you for Alien. Great movie. Gladiator, one of the first 5 DVDs I got. I watched that movie fucking so many times. And it gave us Joaquin Phoenix and pre-fat Russell Crowe.
He was in the middle, yeah. And, was it the guy who played Dumbledore? Who was the fucking guy who played the father? Marcus Aurelius or whatever his name was. He was great as well, too.
Sick.
I'm blanking on his name, but...
That's fine. Nobody's here for facts. I'm looking forward to seeing what else. Are we going to get another great Ridley Scott movie, or is he too old? I don't know. Time will tell. Maybe he'll make a sequel to Legend.
I hope so.
We can all run with unicorns.
Yeah. She's like all excited, and they cut that thing cuts the unicorn's horn off, and he's like using the power. Yeah. That one was creepy. That guy was creepy as fuck. I just remember the part where she like runs into that house and it's like snowing and she sees like the goblins coming from it. She's like hiding up stuff and like all the shit. Like, I don't know, just great cinematography. It was fucking very cool. I really liked Legend. I think you need to give it another watch. Maybe with your kids.
Probably not. All right, what's next?
Let's talk about the Coen brothers. I don't know what their age or because they're conjoined.
What's their total age? Add both their ages up, and that's the age we'll give them. The Coen brothers, 108 years old.
They're Coen joined brothers. Big Lebowski, Fargo, other stuff.
Jesus Christ.
I couldn't look up the Coen brothers on IMDb.
I got it right here. Jesus Christ.
List them off, brother. Give them to me. You lie!
Got it right here. Fuck. Here we go. The Coen brothers. Fucking.
Oh, that was a great movie.
Christ.
I love fucking. I got it. Coen brothers brought us movies such as No Country for Old Men, which is fucking awesome.
Yeah.
The Big Lebowski, Bad Santa, Fargo.
Fucking Fargo.
Yeah.
No Country for Old Men, True Grit, Inside Llewyn Davis.
Brother, where art thou?
And let's not forget the very first Coen brothers movie that I saw, Raising Arizona.
Burn After Reading was excellent as well, too. There's some good scenes in that.
As I.
True Grit was okay as well, too. I mean, obviously, we're talking about Fargo, and we're talking about Bad Santa. We're talking about...
You know, Greg, I want to tell you right now, you and I saw True Grit in the theaters together.
Did we?
Facts.
Nice.
I know you never remembered seeing a movie in a theater with me because I'm not Seamus or his sister.
I blocked it all
But
out.
we did see that in the theater together. And I thought it was awesome. So
Okay.
fuck off with your, it was all right.
Oh, yeah, that's right. That was the greatest experience I've ever had in a movie theater. It was a True Grit. Great.
I don't know if a lot of people saw Inside Llewyn Davis, but I really liked it. I thought it was great. I thought the music in it was fantastic. And the ending fucking shocked me, that's for sure. I didn't see it coming. Fargo, obviously one of the greatest films ever there. Okay, there, Greg. Okay.
Okay.
That's why I'm saving up for a wood chipper, just in case.
Spawned a fantastic series. One of my favorite TV series of all time.
Okay, great. And No Country for Old Men was, I'm not going to say fun. It wasn't a fun film. And Tommy Lee Jones, asshole, from what I hear.
Yep.
Total dickhead in real life.
Yep.
Who saw that? I mean, looking at him, you're like, this guy is probably super fun. No, fact, he's not.
He can't stand Jim Carrey's buffoonery.
I can imagine Tommy Lee Jones saying that about one of us. And I'd be like, yeah, I get it. We're different people, Tommy Lee Jones.
They did Drive Away Dolls, too. That just came out. Let's get the chick.
That movie sucked.
Did it? No.
Yeah, it wasn't good.
It's got Margaret Qualley of The Substance fame.
Yeah, I know. It wasn't good.
Okay.
I also want to say Tommy Lee Jones never invited to the podcast.
I remember when I saw Under Siege is like one of the first Tommy Lee Jones movies I saw, and I thought Tommy Lee Jones was the female who popped out of the cake. True story.
All right, what's next, Greg?
Talking about Catherine Bigelow, November 27th,
Male
1951. She's 73. San Carlos, California. I mean, she did Hurt Locker, Zero Dark 30, Maddie Moore's favorite movie, Point Break. She did Near Dark and one of my favorites, Strange Days. And she did Detroit, which I heard was great as well. One of my friends worked on Detroit.
Sick. Yeah. I don't know. I don't like military movies like that. She's done a lot of them.
You've never seen The Hurt Locker?
I'm not into that kind of shit.
Bro, it's Tenor for Renner. That's one of Renner's first movies. He's fucking excellent in that.
I'm sure he is. And, thanks for Point Break. Gave us that great game on Pop Culture Reflections. Is it better than Point Break?
Yes. What about Strange Days?
I don't remember Strange Days.
That's Ralph Fiennes. That's the one where they put like the VR headsets on, like have sex or like commit a crime and shit, and then some dudes start like killing people It's not. Is it Tom?
No, that's
Sizemore?
Lawnmower Man. You're thinking
No.
about Lawnmower Man.
Fuck. Is it?
It's Lawnmower Man.
Dude, if you haven't seen Strange Days, man, that shit's awesome.
I've probably seen it. You know, I've seen a lot of films. I blank a lot of things out, because the trauma.
It's got Ralph Fiennes, Angela
Because the
Bassett,
trauma.
Juliette Lewis, Tom Sizemore. Tom Sizemore's great in that. It's fucking crazy.
Nice.
Obviously, he's always crazy.
Sick. I don't have a lot to say on this, Greg. I'm sorry. I'm just not super familiar with the body of work, and I feel like I'd be doing her an injustice if I kept going.
I feel like you should definitely watch Her Locker. I think you'd really enjoy it. This dude, Westminster, London, UK, July 30th, 1970. I also thought this guy was American. It's Christopher Nolan.
Oh, no. His movies are way too pretentious to be American.
Whoa.
Well, you can just tell those movies are made with a British accent.
My whole face is British.
All right. Hit me with his films. Let's go.
Oppenheimer.
Let's break it down.
Interstellar.
Never saw it.
Dark Knight. Inception. I'm still confused on Inception. I don't know what's going on there.
Everything's upside down. And weird.
Dunkirk. Fantastic movie of Memento. Batman Begins. Dark Knight Rises. One of my favorite movies, The Prestige. Fucking movie's awesome.
Movie.
Insomnia with our boy Robin Williams, which is also great. And other stuff.
Yeah, Christopher Nolan's great, man. I mean, definitely you got to be in the mood for it. But I mean, the way that he shoots films is just absolutely iconic. He still has, to date, made the best Batman movies.
He restarted the franchise, essentially.
Yeah, he finally did it some justice, and then fucking Snyder Cut took over. He's like, what if we made it different, but not good?
I want to see the Nolan cut.
Dude, it was so funny. Like, you know, my oldest kid's in college now, and the whole time he was living in my house, like, never smoked pot, ever. All right? He's a theater kid. He's a singer. You know, that just wasn't in his circle. But now that he's in college, he's like, Dad, he's like, just want to let you know, I tried edibles. He's like, you ever seen that movie Interstellar? It's like, that's the most stoner thing you could possibly say to me right now. Like,
I was watching The Wizard of Oz to the Dark Side of the Moon, man.
oh, bro, we all did that in our youth. I mean, yeah, just, I don't know. Some of his shit's just maybe above my head. You know, what was that? What was that one Tenet? Fuck that movie, dude.
Okay, I've never
the
seen
sound in that movie's so bad. It's the worst low talk film ever.
I heard there was a way to adjust that on.
No, there's not. You told me that, and I looked on my fucking TV. There's no fucking setting.
If it's in the streaming service, I believe, but I could be wrong. I could be right.
Word.
I got two more, and then I'm going to run down the listeners' picks for their favorite directors.
That's good, because while it's not the coldest day, my toes, I can no longer feel them.
Oh, well, what a perfect segue. Quentin Tarantino.
Hey, shit.
Man, it's like we scripted that. Don't tell him we did. March 27, 1963. He's 61. He's got Pulp Fiction, one of my fucking favorite movies, Inglourious Bastards. And also one of my favorite movies, Django Unchained.
Sure.
Reservoir Dogs, Kill Bill Volume 1, Kill Bill Volume 2, Jackie Brown, The Hateful Eight, the Hollywood movie I'm having a hard time thinking of right now. Fuck, what is it?
Once Upon a Time in Hollywood.
Yep, which is, I love this guy. A lot of people hate Tarantino. To me, he's probably one of my favorites. Inglourious Bastards and Django and Pulp Fiction. I mean, they're all just, all his movies are fucking great, man. They're just great dialogue, great violence, great feet. A lot of cool foot shots, you know?
I'm not a foot guy. I'll suck a toe.
Yep. Sucker and suck a toe.
I mean, we obviously dedicated a whole episode to Quentin Tarantino. People know how we feel about him. I feel like most people that are Gen X kind of feel the same way about Quentin Tarantino. We grew up with him. He taught us how to swear cool.
Yep. One would say he's a foot above the rest.
Hey, you know, he wears his heart on his sleeve, you know? His inspirations are very clear. And just dialogue-heavy films, but written so well and believable, you know? Reservoir Dogs is one of those films that I watched so many fucking times when it came out. Kill Bill 1 and 2, saw them both in the theater. I watched them countless times. Thanks for teaching me how to be cool, Quentin Tarantino.
You think he's like a serial killer and he just like kills people and steals their feet?
I don't care. If I find out that, Quentin Tarantino's like had this one guy locked in his basement for like 30 years and every day cuts a little piece off of him, feeds it to him, I'd still watch his movies.
Okay.
Yeah. You're not gonna Snyder cut Quentin Tarantino out of my life.
Okay. Well, he's one of my favorites. I got one more. This is just a nod to my boy, born January 23rd, 1984 in Walnut Creek, California. He brought me one of my favorite shows of all time. He brought me Game Over Man and The Workaholics. We're talking Kyle Newacek. He's doing Happy Gilmore 2. And he did Murder Mystery with ooh ha ooh ooh ee. I can't do that. Adam Sandler. Ooh, ha, ooh, ooh.
Arugula.
Yes, the Arugula himself. No longer on the podcast. This is important. Probably my favorite podcast. I love that. I've listened to every episode. I'm all caught up. Have you listened to every episode?
I mean, I love Kyle Newacek. I'm not going to really dignify this podcast with.
Yeah. Dude, he directed one of the best shows of all time. If you haven't seen Workaholics, dude, come on.
All right, well, we're talking iconic film directors, not...
He's doing Happy Gilmore 2. That's iconic.
I can't wait for that.
Just a tappy tap. Hello, tappy tap.
Murder Mystery.
Breakfast? Yeah.
All right.
Okay. Listener responses. Why don't we start with Kate? From Down Under, the inspiration for this episode. Thank you, Kate.
Rocco's Modern Life.
We appreciate you.
Absolutely.
Very passionate about movies, very passionate about music, and you know your shit. Her favorite directors, David Fincher.
Who?
Ya boy, Mike Flanagan.
Mikey Flans.
Yep. David Lynch. And she also said that Robert Eggers is definitely creeping up there. She loved Nosferatu, so it was one of her favorite movies. Absolutely killing it. Obviously, she likes The Witch and The Lighthouse and all that stuff. But thank you, Kate, for the episode idea. We appreciate your support. You're the best. Dewey Podmonster. We got John Carpenter. We got another David Fincher sighting. We got George A. Romero. And he gave us Jonah Angel. And I was like, what's Jonah Angel? What does she direct? She's a porn actress. And she's directing alt porn genres. She's born in 88, Or 1980, sorry.
Yeah. That's important.
This is important. All right, Justin from Pop Culture Reflections. We got John Carpenter. Another David Fincher spotting.
Jesus.
Yeah, people love this guy. And Stanley Kubrick. Remember that time he shit all over Stanley Kubrick? I was like, Justin's going to be pissed.
Stanley Coobs.
Stanley Coobs. All right. No, yeah, totally, dude. Paul Thomas Anderson. He's got Wes Craven. And he's got Spike Lee.
Fantastic picks. Fantastic, everybody. Keep going, Greg. Is that it?
Finally. One more. We got The Dawn. Scott from You Run Podcast. He's got Ty West. Cheerio. He's got Ari. Esther. And he's got Wes Craven.
Pip, pip, cheerio. Thanks, Scott. Oi.
Thanks to everybody who wrote in.
Our buddy.
Thanks to Kate for recommending this episode. Seamus could not make it today. He's doing high-stake pool games. He's on his way to Vegas.
High stakes.
Like, he could fucking win a trip to Las Vegas where he's bringing us both and we're recording episodes in Las Vegas. He told us
this is real shit. Like, this is like... These guys will break your fucking kneecaps if you fucking try to fuck them over on these pool games. And that was a lot of expletives in a row, but I want to let you know the level of danger that Seamus is in right now.
Some dude threw him against the wall. He's like, is this pool cue legal? Is this the right size?
Yeah, he almost got, he thought he was going to get caught for the illegal chalk.
Yes.
That goes at the end of the pool stick because he had a non-union one, so.
Heat-seeking chalk. It was heat-seeking chalk. Pocket-seeking chalk.
Yeah, so thank you everybody so much for listening. You're all beautiful, beautiful people. We love you so much. so much.
So much.
It's upsetting how much we love
Yeah.
you.
Thank you so much to everybody who supports us. You can find us on Spotify, Apple Pod Music, YouTube, All Things Podcast, Instagram, Facebook. If you want to check out our Patreon and donate $1, or if you want to donate more and request an episode, you can do that as well too. Either way, we appreciate everybody. Even if you're not a Patreon supporter, we still appreciate you guys listening. And yeah, it's been a blast. We love doing this.
Absolutely. And we're running with the You Run Podcast Network.
Yeah.
I highly recommend you check it out. Check out the website. Find other podcasts. Listen to us first, all right? But then listen to other podcasts as well.
That's very Mark of you.
Yeah. Well, Mark is Ryan Light. I think everybody knows that. That's me throwing daggers, Mark. Watch your back, buddy.
Yeah.
I'm coming for you.
Mm.
Fuck Jordan.
You're next.
Fuck that kid. But keep in mind, everybody, in Crust, we trust. Now be the blood, lad.
This ends our podcast.
They don't even make goat cheese. Why aren't you making goat cheese? You're sitting on a goat cheese gold mine.
Sit, drink, eat.